Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a busy month for me. I haven't been out in the garden much, but I came out here this morning and noticed this beautiful Pfeiffera miyagawae blooming, and it's been blooming. I just love these orange flowers. They're so pretty. About an inch or so across, maybe an inch and a half. I've got a couple of spent blooms here. And up here we've got more that are open. And of course we've got Hatiora, salicornioides, another reliable bloomer every year. So pretty. I just did a repot on this little epiphyllum. This is Courage, a Fort Nobar hybrid, and I've been trying to grow it. My friend Ken Loomis had the most gorgeous orange flowers, and he told me that was Courage from the Pentaco, which is where I got my cutting. And I have tried growing this several times. The same cutting keeps dying back, and I take little bitty pieces of it and restart it. And this has been in this smaller pot than this. It was in a 2-inch pot, and it finally started to grow again. So I thought, this one doesn't seem to like moisture. I'm going to pot it in a regular succulent mix that I have that's primarily very coarse material, some very the Pinus radiata bark, and nothing too fine, nothing that will compact, nothing composty. And I'm going to try that, and we'll see how that works. So cross your fingers. Let's hope that Courage will keep growing and eventually bloom, because I think it's been lost from the Pentaco. This may be the only plant. I know my friend Ken Loomis had it, but he passed away some years ago, and I think all his plants are gone too. So we'll try to keep that one going. Here's the mix I'm trying. It's hideously expensive. Molly's Cactus and Succulent Mix. Look how coarse that is. Nearly impossible to overwater, won't compact, free of pest diseases and chemicals, bacteria and mycorrhizae, organic, mineral, and pH balanced. It looks to me like basically it's pumice, Pinus radiata bark, some really super chunky perlite, and so forth. So we'll see how my epi does. I think one of my problems is I'm very heavy-handed with watering, so maybe I need more of a coarse cactus type mix for my epiphytic cacti. This is Lepismium bolivianum growing inside my kitchen. I've had it for a couple of years. It came from Andy's Orchids. I still have it in sphagnum moss and the orchid container that it came in, and it seems happy. I water it a couple, 3 times a week, and it dries quickly. But look at that beautiful pink bloom. I had a really large plant out in my yard of this particular species, and I overwatered it, and unfortunately it died. So I'm hoping that this one will keep on proliferating, more blooms, more growth, and I'll have a lot more blooms to share with you in the future, hopefully. But isn't that lovely? Here is our Rhipsalis pentaptera, and it is just loaded. I mean loaded. I couldn't even begin to count the blooms here, or the buds, I should say. And a couple of them have begun to open. So they're very tiny flowers, not much to look at. But boy, I've got plenty of them coming on. That is Rhipsalis pentaptera. I love the growth on the plant also. It's getting nice and big. I give it a lot of sunshine, and it doesn't seem to mind it too badly. I noticed a few years ago it did not like the cold. I had it out here. The last 2 winters we've had mild winters, but 3 winters ago it got this sort of corking from the extra cold in the winter time. So I'm going to have to bring this one in if next winter shows any signs of getting down to freezing in our area, which, like I said, for the last 2 years I haven't had a freezing night, which is really great. The plants are loving it. And here we've got Rhipsalis grandiflora. It's starting to bloom. This is another one that's just got buds all over it. I've got a really huge plant. Really odd how these buds just seem to pop out all along the branch here. So that's really about it for today. It's such a pretty nice March day. I've got to get out here and do some weeding and feeding and pruning. I think this is my new favorite plant. Isn't that so pretty? I love the gorgeous branches. Used to be called crispy marginata. Just such lovely growth. And I've got some pieces. I don't believe they're from this particular clone, but they're also the same species. And I've got it in my kitchen under artificial light, and it's growing, but it's very, very dark. The branches are really pretty dark green. These are more of an olive green, but they're out here getting a lot more light. We've got epiphyllum buds coming on. So pretty soon we'll have a nice show. So I hope you enjoyed this quick look at what's going on in the garden today. It's pretty early in spring and things are just starting to bud out. I actually had my Campos Portuana bloomed. I did not catch it on video for you. It's already done blooming. That's always a pretty sight too. So take care, and we will talk to you all again in the next video. Bye.